Can you guys hear me? And is there any static? Trust me. Trust me, Yakar, it is not by design. I don't know what happened. And then I was about to have to use the computer mic again, and all of a sudden, this mic started working. I don't know what happened. Like it started off with the software crashing. It was so weird. It is so weird. But we're back. We're back. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Is there static? Is it clear? Let me know. Let me know, and we will get back to it. I apologize. I apologize. And Telltale Woke, hopefully I'm saying that right, asked the question. I lost all the comments, but I will answer that question of in the program, did anyone end up getting a job? So I just actually did have someone who started working internship this past Monday. And I think so. Is it because that they were in the program that they got it? I would say not necessarily. I think it helped a lot because so this person, they're actually working their way to finishing school, like to finishing their bachelor's, former or current truck driver, but they're finishing up like to get their bachelor's, but they also took a boot camp. But then once they started working on the project with me, they didn't have they didn't really know what was going on. They had some like good what's the word I would be using for it? Like they had some good theoretical knowledge, but they didn't have any hands-on. So by getting familiar with like working on the project, getting familiar with like how to check out branches, how to start up an application, how to use Docker, how to practically test things like that, they were able to articulate that during their interview process, which helped them get to that internship level position to actually get started off. Because getting your foot in the door is the first step, and then once you actually start building that experience. So what I try to do is help people build some type of practical experience as opposed to just like the theory and like working on what I call fake projects that don't really mean much. So that's one person who actually stuck with it, because when you're coming in with, you don't have that much experience, that much knowledge, it is very, very hard. I would never tell somebody that, oh, it's so easy to get into the tech field and stuff like that. It's hard, especially like in the more complex fields where they really want experience. And then you have a bunch of people who are in the same programs, doing the same exact things. So trying to get you to stand out and things like that. So that's how I would answer that question. I do have one person. I have another person who we're working towards that. But you know, I can't make any guarantees, like, because I'm not the one who's. I always say, like, whenever these places say, "Oh, we're guaranteed to get a job," I'm like, if they're not hiring you, then they can't guarantee it, right? So I just put you in the best position to get it, expose you to the tools, help you through the courses, all that good stuff. So that's so. If you have any more questions, please feel free to let me know. And let me see what else we have in the chat. I'm so mad I lost all the other chat, right? All the other chats. But we are back with extra gain. Is that good? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Like I'm never too sure about the gains and stuff like that. I'm still working on getting my audio knowledge down. All right. And your car says sometimes a good shutdown fixes the hardest problem. That is a fact. And Fair says so many YouTubers and TikTokers are selling the dream. It is wild. All right, so here we are, and as well, reach out to me if you want to have more details. We can have like a one-on-one, and I can explain to you how everything works. Trying to explain it like right now, it's like I have to give it's very general, but I'll break it down exactly how the whole process works and how I work with you and how you integrate with the team to learn how to work on the day-to-day. Because the way that I run it, I mimic the things that I do at work to the team, so they can have that real practical experience, and then they can. And I think the way that my team does it at work is one of the premier ways that it's done. And you can even take that and articulate that knowledge and bring that to whatever team that you're going to. So that I just try to use everything that I've learned for the past 20 years and pass it on to you. and helping you avoid the pitfalls and the mistakes. But it's still going to be very hard, right? Unless you're Mitch, because when you're Mitch, like being Superman, everything comes easy, right? Everything comes easy. So let's get back to it. Let me see. Where was I? Where was I before? I was so rudely interrupted. I lost so many comments, man. All right, so let's get to it. So back over here. Let me move this over again. So manufacturing PMI. So May 2024 manufacturing index summaries. Manufacturing PMI. The U.S. manufacturing sector contracted for the second consecutive month in May as a, that's where we're at, right? Yeah. So as a manufacturing PMI registered 48.7%, down 0.5% points compared to April's reading of 49.2%. After breaking a 16-month streak of contraction by expanding in March, shout out to March, the manufacturing sector has contracted the last 2 months and a faster rate in May. Ooh, that's not good. 2 out of the 5 sub-indexes that directly factor the manufacturing PMI are in expansion territory, up from 1 in April. The new order index moved deeper into contraction after 1 month of expansion in March. Of the 6 biggest manufacturing industries, 2 fabricated metals and chemical products registered growth in May, says Fior. A reading of above 50% indicates the manufacturing sector is generally expanding. Below 50% indicates that it's generally contracting, which is what we read earlier today. Let's see. Manufacturing PMI above 42.5% over a period of time generally indicates an expansion of overall economy. Therefore, the May manufacturing PMI indicates an overall economy grew for the 49th straight month after 1 month of contraction in April. The past relationship between manufacturing PMI and overall economy indicates the May reading of 48.7% corresponds to a change of plus 1.7% in real gross domestic product on an annualized basis. So wait, what? I don't understand this part right here. What is this 42.5 thing? I thought below 50 was bad. A reading of a general below 50% indicates generally contracting, but above 42.5 says the economy is expanding. I don't know that. Are they trying to manipulate the numbers here? Are they trying to manipulate the numbers? All right. So we have our table for the past 12 months, and then we have like new orders. Like we already broke this down, but if we take a look at here, so it went up in April, and then everything was pretty much under 50 for the past since June of 2023. Let's see, and then here new orders, production. We don't have to go through each one of these, but we already pretty much had the high level on that. All right, so we're back. All right, so we are going to get into our next one. So thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. So I don't see, but the thing is with GPT though, is that it makes sense, but then they're adding a different factor about like 42 means good, but 40, I don't know. It's weird. We're gonna do some more research on that. All right, we'll do some more research on that. So let's see where are we headed to now. We have up next the JOLTS report. The JOLTS report. And by the way, you guys see my cup? Look at that. That's my barbarian mug. I haven't brought it out in like maybe like 6 months. I haven't used it in like 6 months. But we are back at it again. So let's get into the jobless claims, the JOLTS. No, we're looking at the JOLTS. All right. So let's find out what exactly is this JOLTS report. Let's go to here. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Yes, that's a cup, Mitch. That's a cup. That's a cup. You said you were going to bring out the day. Did I say day? I thought I said cup. I don't know. What did I say? I don't know. Whatever. Leave me alone, Mitch. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics will release the job openings and labor turnover, referred to as a JOLTS report, for April, which measures job vacancies across industries. So what is the JOLTS report? So the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, or JOLTS, is a report that gives us important information about jobs in the United States. It is like a big checkup. Make sure you get your checkups to see how the job market is doing. This survey is done by the government. What? All right, this is gonna be interesting. If this is done by the government, I'm really curious to see. Right. So key parts of the JOLTS. So JOLTS looks at three main things: job openings. This is how many jobs are available. This is how many jobs are available. It's like counting how many help wanted signs you see. Where there are a lot of job openings, it means companies need more workers. So then it uses hires. This is important. How many people got hired for jobs? It's like counting how many people started new jobs last month. Okay, got that. Separations. This is how many people left their jobs. This can happen in three ways: people who quit, people who said they decided to leave their jobs on their own, and then because they're like,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
There's that. There's layoffs and discharges, people who get let go by their employee because there are not enough work or for other reasons. And then there's other separation, people who left their jobs for reasons like retirement. So once they're ready to say, okay, I'm done with this. So why is JOLTS important? The JOLTS report helps us understand the job market better. Here's why it's important. Job openings. If there's a lot of job openings, it means companies are growing and need more workers. It's usually a good sign for the economy. Hires. If many people are getting hired, it means there are lots of opportunities for work. Separations. If a lot of people are quitting, it means that they're finding better jobs elsewhere. If there are a lot of layoffs, it means companies are having trouble. All right. So what it all means: high job openings plus high hires, the job market is strong. Yeah, strong. Companies are hiring a lot of people. If there's high job openings and low hires, companies want to hire, but maybe they can't find the right people, the perfect fit. If there's high quitters, people are confident they can find new jobs or better jobs. Or it could mean that they signed up for a boot camp, and the boot camp says, I guarantee you, in 3 months, you will find a new job. We guarantee it. You're gonna get a new job. So go ahead and quit your job. You don't need that little job. Go ahead and quit. And we're going to help you get another job. And then they go out there and quit. And then 6 months later, they are like,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Always have to run to Nate. All right. So let's not quit our job until we know that we have a better one on the horizon. All right. So, and then high layoffs. There might be a problem in the economy or specific industries. All right. So we always hear about industries and stuff like that. So in summary, the JOLTS report is like a big job market health check. It lets us know how many jobs are available, how many people are getting hired, and how many people are leaving their jobs. This helps everyone understand how the job market and economy are doing. So with that being said, let's jump into our JOLTS report, our job openings and labor turnover survey. So, all right, let's move this back over here. Okay, cool. So the job openings and labor turnover survey released on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 10 a.m. So let's read together. It says so this is for April 2024. The number of job openings changed little at 8.1 million on the last business day of April. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported today. Over the month, both the number of hires and total separations were little change at 5.6 million and 5.4 million. So total number of hires and total number of separations. So it's like, it was kind of a wash, right? So 5.6 hires, 5.4 separations, respectively. Within separation, see, Mitch, they said respectively. They should have started off with all due respect, but it did add the respectively at the end. So there's that, right? Within separations, quits 3.5 million and layoffs and discharges 1.5 million changed little. So 3.5 million people quit their job? Really? Okay, that's interesting. This release includes estimates of the number and rate of job open. I mean, it could be if they got new jobs, right? So there's that as well. This release includes estimates of the number of rates of job openings, hires, and separations for the total non-farm sector by industry and by establishment size class, right? So job openings. On the last business day of April, the number of job openings changed little at 8.1 million. This measure was down by 1.8 million over the year. So that means last year, at this time, there were 9.9 million job openings. The rate was little change at 4.8% in April. Job openings decreased in healthcare and social assistance and in state and local government education, but increased in private educational services by 50,000. So remember, I remember hearing that the government was going to be doing like they're pretty much hiring everybody in order to the numbers manipulate, right? Numbers manipulate. I heard that the federal government, was hiring a bunch of people in order to help the job numbers look on the up and up. So that's why we could see here that decrease in healthcare, local government education, increase in private educational services. So that's interesting. Hires in April, the number of hires was little change at 5.6 million. The rate was held at 3.6%. Hires increased in durable good manufacturing, 52,000. So that means in durable goods manufacturing, 52,000 people were hired. I guess is that like working in factories and stuff like that? But decrease in arts, entertainment, recreation, 45,000, negative 45,000. And in federal government, it also decreased for hires. So what's going on? I thought you guys were hiring everybody, federal government. Why negative 8,000? Come on. But arts, entertainment, and recreation, hires decreased by a negative 45,000, which means when times are hard, the things that you're going to sacrifice first are the fun stuff, the arts, the entertainment, and the recreation, because you might have to call Nate, right? Separations. Total separations includes quits, layoffs, and discharges, and other separations. Quits are generally voluntary separations initiated by the employee. Therefore, the quits rates can serve as a measure of workers' willingness or ability to leave jobs or getting misled and bamboozled. Bruh. Sucks, right? Layoffs and discharges are involuntary separations initiated by the employer. So that's when they pretty much fire you or lay you off. Other separations include separations due to retirement, death, disability, and transfer to other locations of the same firm. Other locations for the same. Would that be that's interesting. Separation includes separation due to transfer to other locations of the same firm. Is that a separation? I don't know. That's or does that mean for like, so does that mean like if you have a position, let's say Mitch as a data analyst, right? And then you go to being a project manager, do they include that as a separation because of that particular role that becomes open, and then you go and you fill up another role? I don't know. That's interesting. I would be interested how that's tracked. All right. All right. So the number of total separations in April changed little at 5.4 million, and the rate was unchanged at 3.4%. Over the month, the number of total separations increased in durable goods manufacturing. In April, the number of quits was little change at 3.5 million, and the rate was 2.2% for the 6th month in a row. The number of quits decreased in professional and business services. So less people quitting in professional and business services, but increase in other services like and other services, 67,000. Durable goods manufacturing grew at 39,000. So the number of people who quit in durable good manufacturing was 39,000. And the state and local government quits were at 32,000. So people who were tired, like, I'm tired, boss, of working in state and local government was 32,000. In April, the number of layoffs and discharge changed little at 1.5 million, and the rate held at 1%. The number of layoffs and discharges decreased in arts, entertainment, and recreation. So less people were laid off in arts, entertainment, and recreation in April. The number of separation was little, changed in April at 349,000. And establishment size class. In April, for establishments with 1 to 9 employees, the job opening rate, hire rate, and total separation rate changed little. Yeah, I don't see like a company with 1 to 9 employees having that much change time over time. For establishments with 5,000 or more employees, the hire rates increased while the job openings rate and total separation rates changed little. So that means the companies with more than 5,000 employees were hiring more. March 2024 revision. So always the revisions. So the number of job openings for March was revised down by 133,000. So that means there were less jobs that were open in March than originally reported, to 8.4 million. So which is not that much, right? The number of hires was revised up by 117,000 to 5.6 million. So more people were actually hired in March. And the number of total separations was revised up to 130,000 by 130,000 to 5.3 million. Within separations, the number of quits was revised up by 80,000 people quit their job in March, 3.4 million, and the number of layoffs and discharges was revised up by 75,000 to 1.6 million. So 1.6 million people fired or laid off. Monthly revisions are results from additional reports received from business and government agencies since the last published estimates and from the recalculation of seasonal factors. So that is our JOLTS report. The next release is going to be July 2nd, and then we'll be reviewing that week ending of whatever July 2nd is, and we will run it up from there. I agree, right? So that is our JOLTS, our job opening and labor turnover for the month of May, right? So, or no, the month of, wait, this is for the month of April. So this is for the month of April. So it's released a full month after. So that means in July, we're going to get the month of May. Got it. Perfect. Cool. So let's check out the chat real quick. Check out the chat really, really quick and see what's going on. Let's see. So let's see. So you said you were going to bring that out the other day. Yes, that's the cup that I was talking about the other day. See, I got that like sometime last year, but didn't really use it much, right? So Mitch says, how would they know people leaving current roles and going to another one at the same job? So the only way I can think about it is the way, like, if the companies have to report the departments or something like that the people are working in, maybe the numbers are saying, okay, so we had one, I don't know, that would be hard to, because let's say, all right, we didn't hire anybody new, but we had I don't know, that's a tricky one. There's some way that they report it. I don't know, but I could see a possibility, but that is a good question. That is a great question, Mitch, as always. And Mitch says, can't tell by social media, everyone still partying and going out. How did entertainment drop? It's a good question, Mitch. Good question. And says, you can be whoever you want to be on the internet. Aww. Yes, you can. And Telltale Woke says, I take these numbers with a grain of salt. I don't blame you. That's why, as Mitch is clearly saying, that's why the show is called Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate. and that is Mitch and Yakar's show. I'm just the face. I'm just the host, trying to stumble through these numbers, and they correct me every step of the way. All right. And and Mitch says, exactly, only way I can think of is filing taxes, but I doubt it. And it's not even taxes because they have to report this every month. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's very interesting how they do that. All right. So let's see. All right, cool. So next up on the docket for today, we are at, let's see. We're getting to so we should be reviewing. So let's see. So Ferris is saying, have you heard of the prostitute index? Apparently sales for box is down, showing the economy is going bad. Oh my goodness. Ferris. You are a wild. See? Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. See, these young kids, I tell you, these young kids. My goodness.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Bruh.
All right. So the next up is Institute for Supply Management. It says, let's see if this is the right report. Let's get over here. So we already know what this is, but now this should be for the non-manufacturing sector. So I would guess that would be services is non-manufacturing. So let's take a look at this one. We already know what PMI is and all that good stuff. So the services PMI is at 53.8%. Shout out to the services industry. All right. So let's see. So I just want to make sure this is not the same. No, because last time I went to when I go here, I went to manufacturing. So services should be the non-manufacturing, right? So yeah, so let's look at services. Because if we look at this one, the one that we looked at before, 48.7. Yeah, okay, there we go. So services is on the rise. So services PMI, 53.8%. That's what I'm talking about. And it says, so the May 2024 services business activity index is at 61.2%. New orders are at 54.1%. Employment index is at 47.1%. And supplier delivery index is at 52.7%. So this one says that, also from Tempe, Arizona. I'm guessing that's where the ISM is from. Economic activity in the services sector grew in May after contracting in April for the first time since December 2022. So that means it's been growing since December. All right. So let me see let me move myself. All right, let me move this actually. All right. So let's see here. Says nation's purchasing supply executives in the latest services ISM report on business. The services PMI registered at 53.8%, indicating sector expansion for the 46th time in 48 months. And so it says the report was issued today by Anthony Neves, CPSM, CPM, APP, CFPM, chair of the Institute of Supply Management Services Business Survey Committee. In May, the services PMI registered at 53.8, 4.4 percent points higher than April's reading of 49.4%. The contraction in April ended a string of 15 months of service sector growth, following a composite index reading of 49% in December. The last contraction before that was May of 2020, 45.4%. The business activity index registered 61.2% in May, which is 10.3 percentages. My goodness. All right, Yukar, I need your help. Percentage points higher than 50.9% recorded in April. The new orders index expanded in May for the 17th consecutive month, after contracting in December of 2022 for the first time since May of 2020. The figure of 54.1% is a 1.9 percentage point higher than the April reading of 52.2%. The employment index contracted for the fifth time in 6 months. Aw, that sucks. Aww. For the fifth time in 6 months, though at a slower rate in May with a reading of 47.1%, a 1.2 percentage point increase compared to the 45.9% in April. So pretty much April was not the nicest month, right? April's not the best month, but it was my birthday month, right? So the supplier deliveries index registered at 52.7%, 4.2 percent points higher than that of 48.5% recorded in April. The index went into expansion territory, indicating slower supply delivery performance in May for the first time since January. Supplier deliveries is the only ISM report on business index that was inversed. A reading of above 50% indicates slower deliveries, which is typical of as the economy improves and customer demand increases. So that means as you get slower deliveries, the number is going to go higher than 50%. But that's a good sign because that means that the economy is allegedly getting better because customers want more. All right. So let's see. The price index registered 58.1% in May, a 1.1 percent point decrease from April's reading of 59.2%. The inventories index grew in May for the second consecutive month after 4 previous months of contraction, registering 52.1%, a decrease of 1.6 percentage points from April's figure of 53.7%. The inventory sentiment index, 57.7%, down 5.2% from April's reading of 62.9%. Expanding for the 13th consecutive month, The backlog of orders index grew in May for the second consecutive month after contracting in March, registering 50.8%, a 0.3% point decrease compared to April's reading of 51.1%. All right. So 13 industries reported growth in May. The services PMI, after a contraction in April, preceded by 15 consecutive months growth after a contraction in December of 2022 and 30 months of expansion before that. Shout out to the 30 months of expansion. Has indicated sustained growth for the sector. The reading of 53.8% in May reflects the month over month growth. Why am I talking about money? All right. So Neves continues. The increase in the composite index in May is a result of notably higher business activity, faster new orders growth, slower supplier deliveries, and despite the continued contraction in employment, survey respondents indicated that overall business is increasing. That's good, with growth rates continuing to vary by company and industry. Employment challenges remain, primarily attributed to difficulties in backfilling positions and controlled labor expenses. The majority of respondents indicate that inflation and current interest rates are an impediment to improving business conditions.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Inflation and interest rates. And they're gonna, they might keep going up. So let's see. The 13 industry performance, right? The 13 services industries reported growth in May, listed in order. Real estate growth, rental and leasing growth, healthcare and social assistance, other services, Ferris, do you think that's listed under other services? Anyways, I digress. Educational services, utilities, wholesale trade, construction, transportation and warehousing, public administration, management of companies and support services, finance and insurance, information and professional, scientific, and technical services. The 5 industries reporting a decrease in the month of May are retail trade, agriculture, forestry, fishing and hunting, arts, entertainment and recreation, that figures, accommodations and food and services, or food services and mining. So these are considered the services industry, right? Compared to the manufacturing industry. All right. Let's see here. And what are the respondents? So, your car says that 80's going live. She's going to have a spit time. Cool. And as soon as we're done here, I will see you over there as well. All right. But thank you so much, as always, your car. And I'll head over there as soon as I'm done over here. But awesome. Let's see what we got. Your car watches like 5 streams at a time. So don't mind your car. He watches like 5 streams at a time. All right. So let's see what else we got going. So what are the respondents saying, right? So the last month has brought a level of stability not seen in some time. Recent news of the Biden administration tariffs action is a high concern on disruption, with little information on the exclusion process when it comes to which materials and products will actually be impacted. Let's see. Higher interest rates are reducing capital investments and slowing down major facility upgrades. Residential construction continues to struggle with high mortgage rates on the for sale side. Higher interest rates are driving up the cost of capital and making build to rent projects harder to pencil. Building season is getting into full swing, but higher lumber prices, especially oriented strand boards, OSB panels, have pinched margins. All right. Let's see. Companies in most industries continue to deliberate with employees and non-employee labor hiring decisions. Concerns about upcoming elections loom, as well as uncertainty around current economic climate, particularly inflation. And then we have general uncertainty regarding the U.S. Federal Reserve position on future interest rates, and the current political environment is affecting consumer sentiment. Let's see. Continuing apprehension regarding construction and contractors' capacity and increasing price of projects. Often bid prices are exceeding engineer and budget estimates. All right. Slowdown in the economy is being felt. And that's for retail trade. In general, business has been steady. Hiring is slowing and prices are slightly climbing. And then we are making adjustments to our employment level, capital investment strategies, and managing borrowed debt to achieve our 2024 financial goals. And lastly, high food costs having an impact on consumer demand and resulting in flat business overall. Business activity is stable. Supplier cost continues to soften. All right. And then there goes the charts for it. Like we saw in April, it was down, but it went up in May. And pretty much everything was down in April, went up in May. And it's, let's see. Commodities reported up in price and in short supply. Aluminum, construction contractors, copper-based products, copper tubing, copper wire, diesel fuel, food and beverage, commodities down in price, fuel, lumber, steel. Indicates both up and down in price. Is the asterisk here. So this is up and down in price. Number of consecutive months the commodity is listed as indicated after each. Cool. All right, so let's get back to full screen and let's see what's going on in the chat as well. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So let's see here. I'm just scrolling through the chat real quick. All right, here we go. Where are we? So Ferris said, nah, that's a real thing. Not sure how they get their data. Do they pay taxes? I don't know, man. I don't know. And it says kids these days. It says the feds pay for them now. And Mitch says, what is considered services? And Ferris says haircuts and nails. That's possible. That's possible. But we saw the list. And Telltale Woke says, my old barber up prices on me. Of course, this is on the up and up. The prices are going up. So it says, I do find barbers to be overpriced. I don't know. $40 to $50 average is wild to me, plus a tip. Do you guys remember back in the days, or at least when I was growing up, you can get a full haircut for $10. For $10, you get a full haircut. Now, $50? No. That's can't do it. Can't do it. And Ferris says, Mitch says he pays $100 for that haircut. Oh my God, Mitch. Mitch, are you getting a Beijing every time you go to the barber? Are you getting a Beijing every time you go to the barber? And your car always here to help me out. He says, percentage. Thank you, your car. Thank you. See, can always count on your car to help me out. And it says, Telltale says, wanted $45 out of me. It's crazy. And and Ferris says, I'm gonna stay dusty and cut it myself. Hey, do what you gotta do. And Mitch says, I think that 35 to 50 is that is crazy to me. That is crazy. Let's see. Says I found a nice one for $30. And Ferris says, yeah, sounds about typical. I missed the days $5 to $10 haircuts, no appointment, walk in, wait an hour in line, and then you were good to go. I used to go to the barber and people would be waiting for like 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, right? It says now they're charging to use the razor. Like, oh, you want a razor? That's an extra $50, all right? All right. And it says, you know, what if there's an AI barber? And your car says, I cut my own hair. I haven't seen a barber since the pandemic. I haven't seen the barber since 2012. All right. And let's say, I remember them cuts used to be 10 to 50. Yep. I remember those days, right? They quit on me during the pandemic. So, and let's see. So, oh my God. I'm not even going to address Mitch's. I'm not even going to address it. I'm not even going to read it. I will not read it. All right. I'm not going to read it. All right. Mitch, that was wrong.
How dare you?
One more time, Mitch.
How dare you?
You leave your car alone. All right. It says, I've been cutting my own since 2016. And it says, Mitch, 15 was the highest. Inflation is 8. Mm-hmm. And it says, but I know those hair salons be charging too. Oh, let's not even talk about that. Did y'all see the mayor of Dalton? Is it what is she the mayor of Dalton? And the Tiffany Henyard on the payroll, $1,500 every 2 weeks for a hairstylist. $1,500 every 2 weeks for the hairstylist, right? Crazy. 300 to 1,000 hair that lasts 2 days, and they're always like, always padding, you know? Nope, not happening. It says, how you line up the back? That is a good question. That is a great question. How do you line up the back of your head? That must be a tough one. All right. And let's see, other services. Yes, sir. See, I guess Ferris was right. We take everything we said about you, Ferris. We take that back. All right. So just scratch that from the show. Right. And Mitch is threatening to put your car on a pip, but so the answer to doing the back is 2 mirrors. And Mitch, your car says to Mitch that he quits. No, you can't. No pip for your car. No pip. Your car is a hard working person. All right. And let's see what else we got. It says, I don't good have equity in companies I work with. I can't be put on. He doesn't pay $100 for a haircut. I said some charge. Chump. Mitch, you forgot to add the all due respect, all right? If you're going to say chump, you have to add with all due respect, all right? Let's see. I'm no one's 1099 guy. I don't even fill that out in my taxes. Pay the C Corp, my guy. Okay. Shots fired. All right. Mitch, your car, calm down. Oh my goodness. You guys are so bad. Why? See? This is why I have to go at 1.5 speed, because you guys start going back and you don't want this business talk. You will get schooled. Oh my God. Let's see. What's going on? Hold on. Is something happening here? Let me see. All right. Okay. So I don't know. The internet must be going crazy today, right? Anyways, it says this is off topic, but when you have the ones that don't work wanting to pay for their $1,500 every 2 weeks. I don't know, man. I don't know. My goodness. Oh, like what is it? How did you say it? Money fight. All right, good luck. I'm the real deal. My one page is crazy. I'm in my Charles Schwab account. My assets are even more crazy. I'm launching a digital marketplace for wholesale infrastructure. Oh my. Money fight. That's...
Money.
I love money fights. All right. And we just take out the money phone. We just start like turning them into money swords and everything like that. And it says, Mitch doesn't know what a bag chaser is, does he? Hey, I'm money fight. You know, I'm just saying, you know, hey, if it's, I call it confidence. All right. Everyone deserves to be confident. Well, maybe not, but he's silent for a reason. All right. Anyways, let's get to the next one. All right. So we have, where is my, all right, let me pull that up real quick. Let's see here. This one. Let's run through the jobless claims real quick. All right. So, what in the world? There you go. So we're here. We have one more to go and then we'll wrap it up. This was a really long one, plus the technical difficulties that we have. Oh my god, it's just a mess of a Saturday morning. I messed up your car and Mitch's show again. But out of my control this time. But I have to go invest in that new laptop. All right. So let's get to it. So this was released on June 6th, 8:30 a.m. Employment insurance weekly claims. So if we remember correctly, this is the number of people filing for unemployment for the first time, asking for help because they have lost their job, probably laid off or fired. So in the week ending of June 1st, the advance figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims was 229,000, an increase of 8,000 from the previous week's revised levels. So yeah, it was 229,000 people initially asking for help. The previous week's level was revised up by 2,000 from 219,000 to 221,000. So that actually means that it is a net of about 10,000 because they revised the number up and then there's another 8,000 to add to it. So it's actually about 10,000 from what we last saw last week. The 4-week moving average is about 222,250, a decrease of 750 from the previous week's revised averages. The previous week average was revised up by 500 from 222,500 to 223,000. And it says the advanced seasonally adjusted insured unemployment rate was 1.2% for the week ending May 25th, unchanged from the previous week's unrevised rate. The advanced number for seasonally adjusted insured unemployment during the week ending of May 25th was 1,792,000, an increase of 2,000 from the previous week's revised levels. The previous week's level was down by 1,000 from 1,791,000 to 1,790,000. The 4-week moving average was 1,788,000, an increase of 7,250 or 2,750 from the previous week's revised average. The previous week's average was revised down by 250 from. I'm not going to keep reading these million numbers every single time, but we can see it here. And we have for June, we have from last year, June, it was around this 250. To this year, it's down a little. So the number of people who were filing last year from the number of people who were filing initially this year is down a little. And then seasonally adjusted uninsured unemployment, we are at 1.7-ish%. And now we're at 1.8%. Seasonally adjusted uninsured unemployment. Let's see. So the advanced number of actual initial claims under state programs unadjusted totaled 195,430 in the week ending of June 1st, a decrease of 1,734, 0.9% decrease from the previous week. The seasonal factors had expected it to decrease of 8,000. 4.1% from the previous week. So they expected a decrease of 8,000, but they only got 1,000, which is not good. There were 219,000 initial claims in the comparable week of 2023, which that seems like it would be good. It's less. The advanced unadjusted insured unemployment rate was 1.1% during the week ending of May 25th, unchanged from the prior week. All right, so it's not changed. Let's not go through that again. Let's see here. The total number of, so this is the chart for it, the graph, not seasonally adjusted initial claims in thousands. It grew a lot in January. Okay, let's see. The total number of continued weeks claimed for benefits in all programs for the week ending of May 18th was that. No state was triggered on the extended benefits program during the week of May 18th. Let's see. And the highest uninsured unemployment rate in the week ending of May 18th were New Jersey, always leading the way. New Jersey 2.3, California 2.1, Washington 1.8, Massachusetts 1.6, Rhode Island, Illinois at 1.5, Nevada and New York also 1.5, Alaska, Pennsylvania, and Puerto Rico at 1.4. Largest increases in initial claims were Tennessee at 1,880, Michigan at 1.5, or 1,557. Missouri 839, Minnesota 756, Illinois 750, and the largest decreases were California 1065, Pennsylvania 818, Ohio 546, New York 463, and then Florida coming in at the end at 336. All right, so that is our weekly unemployment insurance weekly claims for this week. All right, so we have one more to go, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. Let me pull that up. And we're going to check the chat. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Let me see what's going on. Mitch says he's silent for a reason when it comes to that. And your car said you should be. You guys are so silly. Let the money do the talking. Goodness gracious. That is true. That is true. I don't even drive. I love Money Fight because most people are lying and punching way too high. Woo, okay. And Mitch, that's agreed. You guys are too much. You guys, it says, just admit you messed up on purpose. No. That did not happen. That did not happen. And Mitch says, he definitely did. We're getting all the attention now. Oh, that. Look. Not even oh my goodness. So I'm not gonna say this. All right, I am not gonna say this, but I don't look for acknowledgement and stuff like that and all that good. I'm not gonna play. I don't play Beyonce's song or Destiny's Child song before anyone's stream where it's saying say my name. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, your car gets it. Your car gets it, right? Say my name. When I come into the chat. Oh my God. I'm petty. We need to put, you know what? I put myself on a pip. So that way you don't have to. All right. And let's see what we got. Me and Mitch are just playing. Yes, they're just playing. All right. Like they're like brothers, right? They're like stepbrothers. Did we just become stepbrothers? You know, like in the movie with Will Ferrell and I forgot the other guy's name. What is his name? I forgot. But I love that movie. All right. We actually know that though through Ralph. We both are very well. They are. Trust me, they are. And I was about to say the same thing. People think we're gonna. People gonna think we are really going at each other. They're not. Now he doesn't want. Now he doesn't want to say. It was. I couldn't pass it up. Right. Say my name when I enter the chat. All right. So, all right. Let's just do this last one really, really quick, and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right. So we have the Bureau of Labor Statistics monthly job report. All right. And the Bureau of Labor. So what is this? Right. So it tracks the unemployment rate and how many jobs were added to the economy. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or the BLS, is a part of the government that collects and shares information about jobs and workers in the United States. Every month, they release a report that tells us how the job market is doing. So key parts of the report, right? So unemployment rate. This is the percentage of people who are looking for a job but can't find one. It's like if you follow LinkedIn, it looks like a lot, right? If the unemployment rate is high, it means a lot of people are struggling to find work. If it's low, it means most people who want a job have one. If you want a job, you have one. All right. Number of jobs added. This tells us how many new jobs were created in the country during the past month. If a lot of new jobs are at participation rate, this shows the percentage of people who are either working or actively looking for work. It helps us understand how many people are involved in the job market. Wage growth. This tells us how many people's paychecks are growing. If the wages are going up, it means people are earning more money. So why is this report important? The monthly job report is important because it gives us a snapshot of how the job market is doing. Here's why it matters. Unemployment rate. A low unemployment rate is good because it means most people who want a job have one. A high unemployment rate can be a sign that the economy is in trouble. New number of jobs added. When a lot of new jobs are added, it means businesses are doing well and they need more workers, which is usually a healthy economy. The labor force participation rate, that's important because if people are feeling confident about finding work, if it helps to see if people are feeling confident about finding work. If the participation rate is high, it means that more people are looking for jobs or working. And the wage growth is important because when the wages are growing, it means people have more money to spend, which can help the economy grow. And what does this all mean? A good report, if the unemployment rate is low, a lot of new jobs were added, the labor force participation rate is high, and the wages are growing, it means that the job market is strong and the economy is doing well. A bad report, if the unemployment rate is high, few new jobs were added, and the labor force participation rate is low, and the wages are not growing, it means the job market is weak and the economy might be struggling. So that's pretty much what this report tells us. Let's just jump into it real quick before we wrap up for today. All right. So let's take a look at that. And let me move this back over like that. So get a sip real quick. So this was released yesterday, June 7th at 8:30 a.m. And it says the employment situation May 2024. The total non-farm payroll employment increased by 772,000 in May, and the unemployment rate changed little at 4%. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported today, employment continued to trend up in several industries led by healthcare, government, leisure and hospitality. It is summertime, and professional, scientific, and technical services. This news release presents statistics from two monthly surveys. The household survey measures labor force status, including unemployment by demographic characteristics. The establishment survey measures non-farm employment, hours, and earnings by industry. For more information about the concepts and statistical methodology used in these two surveys, see the technical notes. All right. So, household survey data, both the unemployment rate at 4% and the number of people unemployed at 6.6 million changed little in May. A year earlier, the jobless rate was 3.7%, and the number of unemployed people was 6.1% or 6.1 million. So that means that over a year, the unemployment rate has increased, and there are more people who are unemployed. Among the major worker groups, the unemployment rate for adult men 3.8%, adult women 3.4%, teenagers 12.3%, whites 3.5%, blacks 6.1%, Asians 3.1%, and Hispanics 5% showed little to no change in May. So that means more women are employed than more adult women are employed than adult men, and teenagers. Some teenagers are working. Whites are at 3.5% unemployed, and blacks are at 6.1% unemployed. Asians have the lowest rate of unemployment at 3.1%, and Hispanics have the second highest rate at 5%. Right. So the number of long-term unemployed, those jobless for 27 weeks or more, is at 1.4 million. Changed little in May. The long-term unemployment accounts for 20.7% of all unemployed people. That is a big percentage of people who are unemployed. So that means out of the 4% of unemployed, 20% of that is long-term, and that is for 27 weeks or more, which that's a lot. That is a long time. All right. Both the labor force participation rate at 62.5% and the employment population ratio at 60.1% were changed little in May. These measures show little change over the year. The number of people employed part-time for economic reasons at 4.4 million changed little in May. These individuals who have preferred full-time would have preferred full-time employment working part-times because their hours have been reduced or they were unable to find full-time jobs. And this could be like they're working full-time and then there were some government laws enacted that made their employers go down to 30 hours because that would make them part-time and they might be able to get out of some restrictions, stuff like that, right? So many different things happening, right? Let's see what else do we have. In May, the number of people not in the labor force who currently want a job is at 5.7 million, was little change. These individuals were not counted as unemployed because they were not actively looking for work during a 4-week preceding the survey or were unavailable to take a job. Among those not in the labor force who wanted a job, the number of people marginally attached to the labor force at 1.5 million was little change in May. These individuals wanted and were available for work and had looked for a job sometime in the prior 12 months, but had not looked for work in the 4 weeks preceding the survey. The number of discouraged workers, a subset of the marginally attached who believed that no jobs were available for them, edged up to 462,000 over the month, right? So that being said, establishment survey data, total non-farm payroll employment increased by 272,000 in May, higher than the average monthly gain of 232,000 over the prior 12 months. In May, employment continues to trend up in several industries led by healthcare, government, leisure and hospitality, professional, scientific, and technical services. Healthcare added 68,000 jobs in May, in line with the average monthly gain of 64,000 over the prior 12 months. In May, employment growth continued in ambulatory healthcare services, 43,000, hospitals, 15,000, and nursing and residential care facilities at 11,000. Government employment continued to trend up in May, 43,000, in line with the average monthly growth over the prior 12 months of 52,000. Employment in leisure and hospitality continued to trend up in May, 42,000, similar to the average monthly gain over the prior 12 months. Employment in food services and drinking places continued to trend up over the month. All right, let's see. So professional, science, and technical services added 32,000 jobs in May. Social assistance employment continued to trend up in May by 15,000. Let's see. In May, retail trade continued to trend up by 13,000. Employment showed little or no change over the month in other major industries, including mining, quarrying, oil and gas extraction, construction, manufacturing, wholesale trade, transportation and warehousing, information, financial activities, and other services. Other services. All right. Let's see. So in May, average hourly earnings for all employees on private non-farm payrolls increased by 14 cents, 4.4% to 34.91. Over the past 12 months, average hourly earnings have increased by 4.1%. In May, average hourly earnings of private sector production non-supervisory employees increased by 14 cents or 0.5% to 29.99. So $29.99. All right. Let's see. So the average work week for all employees on private non-farm payrolls remained at 34.3 hours in May. In manufacturing, the average work week was unchanged at 40.1 hours, while overtime edged up to 3 hours. The average work week for production and non-supervisory employees on private non-farm payrolls edged up by 0.1 hour to 33.8 hours. The change in total non-farm payroll employment for March was revised down by 5,000 from 315,000 to 310,000, and the change for April was revised down by 10,000 from 175,000 to 165,000. With these revisions, employment in March and April combined is 15,000, lower than the previously reported. So the monthly revisions are results from additional reports received from business and government agencies since the last published estimates and from recalculation of seasonal factors. All right. So the next release is Friday, July 5th, and we'll review that coming Saturday. All right. So that is it for today. This was a crazy, wild show, I must say. So many technical difficulties. Crazy. And then Mitch and your car play fighting, and Ferris with his other price index that he brought up. So many crazy things, right? So let's go and check the chat before we wrap it up for today. We are at, let's see. Ferris. Behave yourself, Ferris. Behave yourself. All right. And it says black unemployment at 6.1. That's what the numbers tell us. 6.1%. All right. And it says those numbers will be revised up to 7.9%. That is most likely true because we know that the numbers manipulate. The first time the numbers come out, it's a lie. And then the second time, that is the manipulation because the numbers manipulate. And Mitch says, facts. I was thinking higher and sad, though it is really. It really is. All right. And shout out to other services. It says, I wish I could do overtime. Is it that they don't offer overtime or that you don't? I don't know. It says, let's see. So, Mitch says, nothing wrong with it all. Nothing. I just wish we would get out of the warehouse type jobs. It says, Ferris, you're sick. And it says, Mitch says to your car, again, appreciate you letting me know about the other type of role. And what else we got? Let's see. So, Mitch says, that's part of life. Things don't always go your way. Don't go 100, but you got to keep going. Keep on swimming. And your car says, Ferris, you work on Python. And Ferris says, I know a lot of Indians near me. My friend that's a data scientist is an Indian. So Ferris, like that sounds like you're saying, my friend is Indian. Like that's like, you know, when they say, I have one black friend, you know, come on, Ferris, you have one black, you have one Indian friend, Ferris, come on. I almost said you have one black Indian. Oh my God, I'm crazy. Anyways, I'm OT. So are you like, so you're not hourly, you're like job basis. Gotcha. And let's see. So when I get my marketplace up, I want you to run the back channel data. Okay, making business deals. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. It has been a crazy morning. Got stuff to do, you know. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much. You guys know, with all this craziness, all that craziness that happened, we are still.
I mean, you know, all we do is win, man. You know that.
We are still winning, regardless. We are still winning. And the question for you is,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I am well entertained. I am having tons and tons of fun, but we got things to do. Ferris says 90% of Fortune 500 company CEOs. That is true. And yes, he is salaried. So at 40, I'm out. Like, boom, out. All right. And yes. I'm just messing with you, Ferris. Anyways, we're heading out. We are heading out. You guys know what it is. Especially for the morning show, for the Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is not tomorrow's price.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is going up. And on that note, we are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
profession!
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah. I don't care.